a bit excited and I need to stand up. We are going to have to Mauricio Cárdenas and Lina Bautista from Cámara Verde, and they are going to share with us those amazing highlights of all this events, special event, this special forum that they had and they lead during the last week about biodiversity and circular economy. And meanwhile, while you listen all these highlights, I will be behind the scenes, backstage, like reviewing the scorecards, and then we will come here to the big news. So Mauricio and Lina, welcome to be here, and we are ready to know everything about the results of this forum, and of course, what are the next steps for go and maybe follow those advice of Catalina Valenzuela that we had it here like an hour ago. She was leaving us this message of collaboration, of innovation, on how to improve in our communication, our assertive communication, to go further, to make a better connection with the people that is not on our field, that maybe those CFOs and other people that have in their mind another kind of language but want to get involved with us, and they are willing to go in the middle between us and them to have these conversations and improve process of collaboration and to make amazing things in the region, supporting this process of biodiversity and economy and circular economy. So welcome.
Thank you, Monica. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys and the competitors. I'm going to defer to Lina, her words about the conclusions of our 7th International Biodiversity and Circular Economy Forum, which we are completing with this Climate Launchpad competition, the Americas Regional Final. We were in 4 countries, Colombia, Chile, Peru, and Mexico, with about 60 success stories from individuals, foundations, research centers, startups, business corporations, and government agencies on these 2 fronts, biodiversity and circular economy. So here are the highlights of what we concluded after interacting not just with these speakers and panelists, but also with approximately 6,000 attendees, both face-to-face and virtually. Lina, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mauricio. First of all, it's a true honor to be here at the Climate Launchpad, and I want to sincerely thank the organizer for the invitation and this opportunity to share with you the main insights from the 7th International Forum on Biodiversity and Circular Economy. We explore 4 main themes: natural capital and green finance. Finance must be ethical, transparent, and inclusive, ensuring access for local communities and avoiding greenwashing. Circular economy and tourism, regenerative tourism and circular models rooted in territories can generate real value while preserving ecosystems. Bioeconomy and responsible businesses. Latin America is already leading with initiatives in sustainable fashion, biodynamic agriculture, and regenerative tourism. And 4th, public policies and governance. Local governments are providing to be catalysts for change through green business certification, protected area systems, and community agreements for water and ecosystem conservation. For these discussions, a clear message emerged. First of all, regeneration is the new horizon. Second, Latin America has a crucial role in providing solutions rooted in its territories for global balance. Third, communities must be at the center, co-creating and self-managing solutions that originate from the grassroots. Fourth, art and culture inspire action, mobilizing society through stories and images that connect us with biodiversity. The forum demonstrates that Latin America is not only the region of greatest biodiversity, but also a region of solutions. The conversation is no longer just about conservation, it is about how we transform our economies, our communities, and our way of inhabiting the planet. Thank you, Mauricio. These are the insights that we could take from this forum in general. I just wanted to share it with you, and I hope is a message from this great panel, a great forum that we had in Cali, and in Mexico, in Chile, and in Peru, of course. Thank you.
Thank you, Lina. A lot of the startups that presented in the last 2 days are about circular economy, are about contributing to reduce contamination and better use natural resources. So Lina, myself, and the team, executive team at the Latam Green Chamber of Commerce have a direct message to you, which I'm gonna read. I want to emphasize that it's both your duty and privilege to build businesses that prioritize sustainability and regeneration. Drawing from the 7th annual Biodiversity and Circular Economy Forum that Lina just summarized, that we hosted at the Latin America Green Chamber of Commerce, the key message is this: as climate tech entrepreneurs, you have the power to drive positive change across the Americas by creating innovative solutions that protect biodiversity and embrace circular economy principles. You should not forget that, for instance, the Ellen MacArthur Foundation out of Britain identified 2 ways to solve the climate change crisis. One way is by implementing energy efficiency measures and adopting renewable energy technologies, which a lot of you are. And the other way is by adopting principles of circular economy. These two approaches combined will certainly make a dent into the worries that have been caused by climate change and one of their impacts, which is the loss of biodiversity. So, designing businesses that reduce waste, use resources sustainably, and restore ecosystems while also meeting people's needs and sharing nature's benefits equitably. A lot of you presented startups that directly want to provoke a positive impact on segments of society that have been historically discriminated against. And I applaud you for that, because when you talk about sustainability, you cannot remain solely on the environmental side. It is quite important to bring also into the equation the social impact and, of course, the governance, which includes the inclusion, sorry for the pleonasm, of social groups that up to now have been on the margins of the economy. So you're not just building startups, you're shaping a future where economic growth and environmental health go hand in hand. And I would add social justice. Keep pushing for impact-driven innovation and know that your work can inspire and lead the way for a more sustainable and regenerative planet and society. Best of luck in your future endeavors. While the jurors do their work, I want to add that CleanTech Hub and the Latin America and US Green Chambers of Commerce can provide ongoing mentorship, connect founders to investors, and offer resources like workshops and training programs on sustainable business practices to help you scale your impact. the Climate Launchpad competition organized by CleanTech Hub. And I have to say again that from the get-go in 2018, the Cámara Verde, the Latin America Green Chamber of Commerce, has been a close ally of the CleanTech Hub. So the Climate Launchpad competition supports startups through intensive boot camps, coaching, and pitching opportunities, just as today's, at national, regional, and global finals, equipping founders with skills to refine their green innovations. Together, our impact organizations, I repeat, CleanTech Hub, the Latin America, and the US Green Chambers, can foster networks, provide access to funding, and promote circular economy principles to ensure startups grow their green footprint effectively in the Americas economy. So, with these words, I conclude our intervention. Lina, I don't know if you want to add a few words about the experience we just had by hosting 4 days of the International Forum of Biodiversity and Circular Economy that are memorable. I remember that one of the key stakeholders that we invited were the indigenous communities. I wonder if you have a comment on that, particularly as it goes to the people from these communities that presented both in Colombia and Peru.
Yes, Mauricio, I think that, as I just said, that and it emerged from the last forum in Cali, it's very important to listen to the local communities, because there are the places where we can find the solutions, the practical solutions, to be more closer to nature. That I think we are missing that point in all these conversations, that we need to get closer to nature, to learn from nature, not only from science, but from all this ancestral knowledge that are rooted in the local communities around, obviously, Latin America. We all in Colombia, we have more than 70 still alive indigenous communities, indigenous people. So those knowledge needs to be on the table to get a new way to develop regeneration in our economies, to make this transition. So I think the role is crucial, and it emerged also in the past COP16. And it's very important that this forum took place in Cali, in a university, San Buenaventura University, because it's like the continuous of this conversation, and we need again to discuss it in these spaces, and to have it into account, and go and meet the indigenous peoples or original people that could give you some new ideas of having this ancestral knowledge in our new economies, in our innovations with technology. We need to be very closer to this type of knowledge, or yes, to these people.
Yep, absolutely, their practices. I also remember that in Chile, we had our keynote speaker, Tamara Lopez Burgos, who is also the academic director of the uh, Green Chamber Academy, presenting about biomimesis. Since you and Tamara have been collaborating substantially in the last year and a half in our regeneration committee, I wonder if you have additional comments about how we can learn from nature through biomimesis.
Well, yes, we need to get closer to nature, to be there outside, and listen in with all of our senses, to learn from nature. All the problems have been solved from many years ago. So we are challenging the same problems as always, as from the origin of the earth. So everything is already solved. So we need to get closer to nature, learn from them, feel it in all your senses, and listen from another type of of culture or approximation to nature. As I already says, the indigenous people have different cosmovision of our conception of life. So we need to get closer to all of this ancestral knowledge to feel it. And biomimesis is another type of a tool to listen to nature, to observe, to experiment, to feel it, to listen to nature, and to learn from it.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember one comment that Tamara made at her keynote speech in Chile, which struck me. She mentioned, if we don't uh, implement technologies that promote the conservation of nature, we will miss out on opportunities to learn from nature. I don't remember if you also uh, listen to Tamara as she was speaking like that. What I feel from the presentations, the pitches that have been uh, done in the past 2 days from the founders of the startups that are competing in Climate Launchpad is that even if they hadn't listened to this warning, they are very conscious that the more nature we destroy, the fewer opportunities we will have to actually learn from the nature ways that can inspire technology design, product design, and even business models. Uh, do you have any other memories about what went on in the 4 days last week, which conclude today with the 2 day competition?
Thank you, Mauro. Yes, I think we are witnessing the sixth mass extinction, and biodiversity is disappearing before our very eyes. So, this is not only an environmental crisis, it is a social, economic, and ethical crisis that challenge us to act with urgency and creativity. That is why initiatives like the forum and platforms like Climate Launchpad are so important. They help us to co-create regenerative solutions that can turn this reality around. And I feel that there is hope if we act together, and if we act now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's also a generational aspect. Uh, can't help but noticing that most of the founders that pitched their startups in these past 2 days, as well as in many other demo days that we've been a party to, including our own, it is mostly the new generation that is concerned about the future of the world as we've known it. Why do you think we, the adults, and I'm one of them, you are much younger than I am, are blind to what the founders of this competition have total clarity about?
I think we are in a very comfortable type of living. We were born in this type of culture. We don't know how to do it in a different way. So uh, the invitation is to return to the ancestral type of living. We don't need too much to live, really, and that's also what ancestral knowledge teach us, that nature is already abundant for everybody. and that we just need to listen to her and to slow down our fast living and to enjoy, to be happy in the outsides with the closer to nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, I I can't help but listen to your Caruso rooster in the background. Why don't you share with the audience the kind of surroundings in Farallones de Cali, near Dagua, where you live and work, and what that entails for the possibilities of building up, as you are, a green chamber of commerce from the natural scenery that you are in. Now we have news from the jury. So I wonder, David, if and Monica, if there's enough time for Lina to reply to my question, or we should go straight into the announcement. Apparently, you do have time, Lena.
Well, to share you, I'm going to share you my view in my office. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, it's a little blur, but well, yes, we need to go out and listen to nature and feel it and work together with the earth to uh,
Yes,
seed some new plants.
Absolutely. So, Monica, we completed our task. So,
thank you.
David and Monica, thank you so much for the opportunity, and we'll keep on going together towards, as I said in the first speech that I presented to you yesterday, uh, to enhance the green footprint of the economy through our support of startups like those that competed on this Climate Launchpad uh, event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mauricio. Thank you, Lina. And Mauricio, what you just said is absolutely relevant. And I think that actually, with all the words that we received from our guest speakers, all of them were talking about collaboration, innovation, teamwork. So definitely the role of La Cámara Verde in Latin America is absolutely essential to go to keep working on this process. So I'm glad that we will have a lot of new conversations and have a lot of ideas for sure to keep working together and to join forces to take more advantage in a good way of this huge community of Las Americas, from United States to Argentina, also countries where Cámara Verde is in. So we want to work together and see what's going to happen next year with all these amazing people. So as we saw at the beginning of the day yesterday, and David, if you help me out with some of those numbers, but just in America, Climate Launchpad had more than 600 applications just in America, being the second region with more applications to this global contest. And in general, like the global number is plus 2,700. So what I was sharing with Catalina like an hour and a half ago was just this year, we have more than 2,700 minds, brilliant minds and hearts that are looking forward to keep working on a better future that they are actually doing today. And just with that number, I don't know, David, if you have the total number for the last 10 years, because this is in year 11. If we add to that the 10 last years of the competition, being between, I think that was like 40 countries or around 50 countries a year. So I think that we have an amazing global community that is working
Yes.
in the same road with the same passion, with the same dream. So how is this? How do you feel this, David? What are the numbers?
Yeah, I just want to say, just wow, what an incredible 2 days that we have been able to witness through these amazing pictures. To go to your point, Monica, we're in year number 12 of Climate Launchpad. So we started in 2014. We've run every year since then. And our number of countries has varied a little bit year to year, but as you mentioned, it's always sort of been around somewhere between 40 and 60 countries participating. So when we include this year's numbers, we're at almost 18,000 business ideas submitted over a 12-year period. And I think that really speaks to this global movement. So many of my colleagues, friends, people watching at home have mentioned how inspiring it is to see so much diversity of ideas, diversity of solutions, people from different backgrounds and different contexts, all united under one banner, which is the belief that we can make a real change to our planet and tackle climate change through the power of business. And I think that's just so powerful. So I just want to say a big thank you, gracias, obrigado to everybody who pitched and all of the partners who've been involved. It's been a phenomenal
David,
couple of
I
days.
kind of have a chicken bun, because it's like if we have 8,000 teams, that means if we talk about people, if we just multiply by 2, thinking that, and not all the teams are just 2 people, that means that we could be talking about 16,000 people in this global community. So there, we can do amazing things for sure. That's something going to happen in 2026, right, David? No pressure, but something's going to happen.
We're working really hard, and I think that Climate Launchpad is such a special program because we're really unique in our ability to bring together people from every corner of the world, not only the innovators themselves. I think it's really important to highlight that behind all of these startups today, there are amazing organizations like CleanTech Hub, who's been supporting this program in Colombia and other countries now also through partnerships in Peru, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Costa Rica. We also have partners in Brazil through Impact Hub Sao Paulo and Florianopolis. We also have been working with Warm Argentina, the Tech de Monterrey, and Clean Leap in the United States. So it's not just the startups, we're creating a global movement of many organizations that come together. And, you know, they say it takes a village, and it truly does. The amount of collaboration that we've seen on this regional level all across the Americas has been absolutely phenomenal. There's been a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes, I can tell you that for sure. We also have, of course, the fantastic support today of Camara Verde. We also had Holland House hosting the live stream at their offices as well in Colombia. And of course, our sponsors to the program. We have them on the global level with Irish Aid and Bank of America, but there are many, many local sponsors, volunteers that come to judge and provide feedback to our startups. So if we add all of those people together, I mean, it is a movement of tens of thousands of people. And I think we're all going in a similar direction. And it just fills me with so much pride and joy to see this really happening. The climate change space can sometimes feel a little bit dark and gloomy and depressing, but I think events like these and this program can really inspire people to know that we're not alone in fighting against climate change. There really are many other people who are working all simultaneously very, very hard on many different solutions all at once. And I think we can take a lot of pride in that and being part of that movement altogether.
And I join you in that, David. Total pride. It's amazing to be part of this. Is really emotional. I'm always emotional, but but I think that is really something that all of the people that is involved in this process is a purpose-driven initiative, right? It's because they really, like Mauricio and Lina are here doing this, and Mauricio has been leading all this expansion of Camara Verde since more than 5 or 6 years, and all is based on passion and the anxiety in the good way of really making good things, like be sure that we believe in the transformational power of the people and the transformational power and the push to have this systemic change through the companies and through the ecosystem of building business. So this has been amazing. So Mauricio and Lina, please, if you want to stay here, you can, please. But David, I think that we should go to what this today's event means, right? Like to know who are the winners of Las Americas, of this Climate Launchpad Las Americas 2025 final. So what do you think? We go now for that? I think that all the people is like, ah!
Yes, this is the moment everyone's been waiting for, and I think it's a really special moment for us from the Central Climate Launchpad team. We've been working really hard to bring back for the first time in 5 years the physical global grand final event in Vienna, and we know that the top two winners from today will be joining us and pitching live on stage in Vienna, Austria at the end of October. So yeah, maybe we go towards the announcement.